My vision for the Pikes Peak region in the future would be an accepting, open place that everybody is welcome, from young people to LGBT people to people of color and different religious backgrounds, that everyone is celebrated and not just tolerated.
I think the dream headline I want to see is that we're a community that's investing in ourselves, that we're accepting of all people, that we're building community, and we're inviting citizens to actually take part of the process.
My wildest dream would be that Colorado Springs has become the entrepreneurial hub of the country. That from a technology perspective, from a business perspective, from an economic perspective, everyone looks to Colorado Springs to see how to build and grow entrepreneurs.
Yes, bring your talents, bring your small businesses, bring your children. We want them to be educated here. We want you to grow here. There's a place for you here, right here in Colorado Springs, right here in southern Colorado.
More and more people seem to have the idea that building an inclusive community is going to be in our best interests, and that's the vision I have for us.
I think the biggest challenge that we have to overcome in order to arrive there would be changing hearts and minds.
I know a lot of my friends don't want to stay in Colorado. A lot of us are trying to get out. And I mean, me personally, I know I want to as well. It's a little scary if you're not straight or a Christian. I mean,
I think we have seen that over the past few years, that religious philosophy has crept into certain areas of politics. We should be able to have our beliefs, but you shouldn't be able to force me or denigrate me because my beliefs are different than yours.
And they're going to other cities, and they're going to where they see more opportunities, or whether it be a better transportation system or more jobs.
Businesses aren't going to want to come here. Entrepreneurs aren't going to want to come here to a community that isn't open and accepting.
What we don't have in Colorado Springs is inclusion. Sometimes we forget to ask who's at the table and who's not at the table. Who should be here, who's not already seated in these places of power and influence. And I think that that is a key part of the equation, because it is truly the challenge facing us.
So the barriers, I think, are all in our minds. People who don't know or have wrong information, and to the extent that we can interact with each other more, there's something about knowing people that takes down those barriers. Once you know people, it's like, that's not what I thought.
Citizens Project has done a great job of, through the years, holding up diversity and inclusion as a community goal of all sorts. Trying to understand that differences are much more than what we can see, much more than what we get polarized about. There are differences that have the potential, when they come together, to give us great solutions to problems.
Organizations like Citizens Project, they exist to lift us up. What can we do to foster an atmosphere of inclusiveness, diversity, and play on our strengths?
I look at Citizens Project as really being able to position itself as this great community resource that can empower voters, that can empower citizens, that can give them information and give them access to resources without any bias. And that's something that's becoming really hard to find, nowadays.
I'm just really disappointed in the voter turnout that we've seen. And so I know that's one of your focuses, is to inform voters on issues that are important to you and Citizens Project, and important to our cities.
Just from the history of Citizens Project and the work that they're currently doing, they're always thinking ahead and kind of advocating for progress in our community, and that's a great thing.
I think we can do it. I really do. I think there's great possibilities, and there's a great future that we have here.
I think in some ways creating community and, stumbling upon the, diversity bumper stickers every now and then kind of reminds us of why we originally embraced an organization like this, and why it still has a role in ensuring that this place is as beautiful on the inside as it is on the outside.
Well, these breakfasts are so important. It just serves to remind all of us that this is work that needs to be ongoing. This is work that needs attention every single day. And Citizens Project does that very well.
It's wonderful to see successive generations of like-minded people and differently minded people who still believe that we can come together and work together for shared community ideals. It's a terrific thing.